Funding support for Presente is provided by Joseph and Elizabeth Walder Charitable Fund and generous Chicagoans like you.
Welcome to the series premiere of Presente, where we speak to leaders who are showing up for our community by actively fostering grassroots solutions to challenging social problems. I'm Francia Garcia Hernandez, your host. Diana and Jessica Klein, the Venezuelan sisters behind Klein's Bakery in Lakeview, shared their journey of opening a business 7 years ago. Later, two experts join us in the studio for a conversation about challenges and opportunities for Latino business owners. We begin in your neighborhood. I visited Klein's Bakery, a bakery and cafe in Lakeview owned by two Venezuelan sisters, to learn how they started and keep their business going. So tell us a little bit about your journey. You started in Buena Park after immigrating from Venezuela, and this business is a testament to your family history. You learned from your abuela, as far as I know, to bake and decorate cakes, and here we are today. So tell me a little bit, what inspired you to open the bakery?
Yeah, back in Venezuela, we grew up with our grandma. She used to own a bakery business as well, and we were like her little helpers since we were little kids. Since we were like 6 years old, we would bake with her, and then we continued helping with the business until we were like 14 years old. So we learned a lot with her. So when we moved here, we have to reinvent ourselves, and I got back to our origins, and yeah, we decided to open a business.
I imagine it wasn't easy. So what were some of the challenges you faced when you first opened the bakery?
Yeah, first of all, I would say the language barrier. We weren't as fluent in English when we first came here 10 years ago. So first of all, we have to learn the English. We have to learn all the processing and open a new business. We never owned a business back in Venezuela. That was our grandma when we were kids. Introducing our Venezuelan culture in the bakery business. Like back in time in Chicago, nobody knew where was even like Venezuela. When we would say that we come from Venezuela, there is not a country that people will hear as much as now. So it was difficult to explain them that we are from here, this is what we eat, this is our pastries, and explain every single pastry to them. So we figured out combining American and Venezuelan pastries together. So we will bring customers in looking for something that they know, and then explain them, okay, we also offer this, we are from Venezuela, this is our flavors, our culture. So I would say that those two things were the most difficult ones.
Was there any local group, a government program, anything that helped you?
I would have to say that Chicago does a great job. When you go to the business affairs department, they have everything printed for you. When you go for information, even if it's in English, or they will have it in Spanish as well, they give you all the steps that you need. Actually, the website that you have to go to follow every single step to register your company and everything else. And there are other organizations that are also very helpful. Diana just took a...
Yeah, we are in two places. I think that the chambers really help. We are in Oaktown and Lakeview East, and they are really good helping us. And also this year I participated in a program with the Women Business Development Center, and they were really good, and they made us feel powerful. Yeah.
That's great to hear, because there are so many other Latinos out there who may be thinking about opening a business, but they don't know where to start. What would be your advice for them?
First of all, everything is possible. You can do it. Just come up with a plan, follow your dreams, and get yourself informed. If you go to either the business affair in Chicago, or there are a lot of organizations. I already know that organization for Latino-owned business and woman-owned business that you can find information.
Keep doing what you're doing. Hear the people, hear your customer, For example, if you are doing something in this way, but they tell you something you need to hear and, overcome and do this, and yeah, but mostly believe in yourself and you can do this.
So show us some of Klein's Bakery's favorite dishes and most loved pastries.
Of course, when people approach to the register, they will find first of all the breakfast menu, American breakfast, coffee and tea. But if you look more into, you will find our favorites, which is the cachitos, the Venezuelan croissants. We have different flavors on stock. We have our stuffed bagel with cream cheese. And the cool display, you will find our sweets, which is tres leches, tiramisu, chocolate marquesas. We have Venezuelan style cookies, brownies, K-pops. You have a big choices of if you have a sweet tooth or a savory tooth, we have both.
I know the bagel became a little bit viral on social media. Tell me about that. How did
Yeah. My sister decided to create a bagel that has been popular on other states, and she recorded a video of making it, and people just they never tried here in Chicago. So it's a bagel. We cut it in pieces, we fill it up with cream cheese, and we dump it in butter with garlic and parsley on top. You get it toasted, it's really good. It's like a garlic cream cheese bread. Yeah, so people, it became really popular and people have been coming all over the city to try it. Yeah.
Wow, so innovating and adapting all the time. And you're doing more than just selling delicious pastries and selling coffee. You have employees who depend on you to have a living. So tell us a little bit about that. How many employees work here? Who are they? And why is it important to keep this business growing?
Yeah, so right now we have like 25 employees working with us. The most of them are from Venezuela. And we are so happy to have that people because we are like family. And we feel like we can trust them, and they trust us, and they like to be doing this and tasting the same thing that we're doing in Venezuela.
Very grateful to be able to offer some of our Venezuelan fellow immigrants a job opportunity in the country that we didn't have when we first came here. So the majority of our employees are at the moment Venezuelans, but it's because we open the door for them. Whenever they come for a job, we try to open a spot to fit in here. And as my sister is saying, they are not only our employees, we are like a big family.
So what's next for Klein's Bakery? What are some of your future plans or dreams?
Yeah. We're planning to keep growing. Actually, yeah, we are looking forward to open a third location this coming fall. We're working on that in a different neighborhood. And our plan is just keep growing as a family, first of all, as a team, as a business, and show that the people in Chicago specifically that our flavors, that Venezuela has a lot to offer. Nice people, nice music. We always try to play like Venezuelan music in the background, so people, when they hear it, they feel that they are entered to a little piece of Venezuela in Chicago, and they feel welcome and warm.
Latino business owners like Jessica and Diana play a pivotal role in our city and state economy. They bring new products and services to the neighborhoods where they operate, generate local jobs and tax revenue. As we heard, the road to success is not easy, especially for immigrant Latinos. Facing language barriers and knowledge gaps, they are not only forced to quickly learn and adapt, but they must also get creative to build a strong and sustainable customer base. Yet, Latino businesses may be the U.S. economy's best bet, as they could add $1.4 trillion to the U.S. economy if they grow at the national rate, according to a J.P. Morgan analysis. Our next two guests will discuss challenges and opportunities for Latino business owners, next on Presente.
CAN TV is the lens through which Chicago's stories are told. harnessing the unifying power of community television. With CAN TV On Demand, immerse yourself in the richness of our city through exclusive stories and programs tailored just for you, connecting you to the heartbeats of our streets, the voices of our people, and the spirit that makes Chicago unique. Discover the strength of your community on CAN TV On Demand.
You're watching Presente, where we speak with leaders who lift our communities by nurturing solutions to challenges. Today's program is focusing on economic empowerment. We talk to two immigrant sisters and business owners about the challenges of opening a business, overcoming language barriers, and staying afloat during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, we are joined in the studio by two special guests. Jaime Di Paulo, president of the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Diana Alfaro, Latinx Business Development Manager for the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, join us now to discuss opportunities for Latinos and Latinas like Diana and Jessica who want to start their own business. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Francia. Appreciate it.
It is great to have you here. We know that nationwide there are millions of Latino-owned businesses who are contributing to our national economy, to our state economy, and overall they're contributing over $800 billion to the U.S. economy, according to a report by the U.S. Department of Treasury. So, Diana, in Illinois, how are Latino-owned businesses playing a role for the economy?
They're doing a lot. There's over 140,000 Latino-owned businesses in the state of Illinois, and those businesses contribute billions of dollars to the state economy. For example, the Illinois Latino gross domestic income was $92.6 billion in 2021. In addition to that, Latino employer firms contribute and employ over 86,000 employees in the state of Illinois, contributing to an annual payroll of over $3.7 billion. And that's just a few examples of the immense contributions that Latino-owned businesses do here in the state of Illinois, in addition to preserving and enhancing the cultural diversity here in Illinois.
Right. So we visited a bakery in Lakeview, and we talked to Diana and Jessica, the two immigrant owners who started their business, and they mentioned that one of the biggest challenges they faced was growing a customer base and attracting new clients and retaining them, which is especially difficult when they first open a business. What do chambers of commerce and local organizations do for businesses like Diana's and Jessica's?
So I want to tell Diana, first of all, to give us a call. I would love to help them grow and scale their business. There's no reason why they shouldn't be selling bread to the Chicago Public Schools. Wouldn't that be amazing? And that's what we do at the Chamber of Commerce. We prepare companies to do business with government. We prepare companies to scale their companies. So yeah, Chambers of Commerce, that's what we do. We do that day in and day out. We make sure Latino companies scale because, you know, the national data is over 4 million businesses in nationally Latino businesses, but they're all under 20 employees. So our job as Chambers of Commerce or business communities is to make sure those businesses scale. Because once we do that, the sky is the limit. You know, the future of the United States is Latino. If not, they're Latino now is the future of Latino. And there's been several reports just last week. You know, the housing stock, you know, the biggest buyers on housing was Latinos and Latinas. So it's amazing the opportunities. And white America should take notice. The Latino is the future of the United States.
Right. And on that note, both of your offices are working on programs to help business owners get ready to bid for government contracts. We know there's great opportunity there. It's challenging as well for small businesses who may not have all the experience, all the knowledge, or may not speak English 100%. So what are some of the programs and initiatives that you're spearheading to help Latino owners get ready to bid?
This is where I would say we work in collaboration. DCO and the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we have a program called the Apex Accelerator, and one of the centers are located within IHCC. And they're centers who work on helping business owners understand the whole world of government contracting. How do you find those contracts? How do you bid on those contracts? Once you bid and get awarded, what's next? How do you handle that? In addition, they help them with getting certified. If they want to get certified as minority-owned, women-owned, person with disability, or veteran-owned business. There is a certification through the state of Illinois through the Commission of Equity and Inclusion Business Enterprise Program, also known as BEP, and you could get certified at the state for free as minority-owned, women-owned, person with disability, and veteran-owned. And the Apex Accelerators are essential partners in helping business owners at no cost with that, and one of them is at IHCC.
Yeah, we had incredible collaboration with the state because of that. Our goal is to scale those companies and make sure they have government contracts. And I love the question because we just about to unveil this incredible technology we develop in-house that's going to give an opportunity for our companies to get those government contracts easy. The data tells us it takes about 6 months to prepare a company to do a government contract. With this new technology we got, it's going to take you all but 20 seconds. It's incredible stuff we came up with. It's going to revolutionize how Latinos do business with government contracts. And we have that technology. We're getting ready to unveil it.
Yes, that is fascinating. So I know the Chamber has been working on several projects informed by Latinos data to try to help bridge these gaps, try to help businesses scale up, generate more revenue, enter new markets. What are some of the policy changes that the Chamber has seen would be helpful or necessary to help Latinos really take off?
So we work very closely with our legislators in Springfield, and we make sure that they push policies that are going to really improve the well-being of Latino businesses, and not just in Chicago, but across the state. So we make sure of that. So we work hand in hand. We have a staff person in Springfield that works with the legislators to make sure they're doing, they're advocating for our businesses, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to speak for you unless we speak for them. So that's what the Chamber does. I mean, we are a membership-driven organization, but you don't need to be a member to get services from us because of our government contracts and the partnerships we have with DCO and the federal government and everybody else. So our goal here is to increase the Latino businesses. You mentioned that the diversity in our businesses. Unfortunately, Latino businesses, not just in Illinois, but across the United States, are very focused on construction and very focused on food industry. So we need to make sure they diversify their businesses because we need to access those companies. We don't own our own supply chain. Wouldn't it be great if we Latinos would own our own supply chain? And that's what we're driving toward. That's why we do what we do. We got to make sure our companies own our supply chain. Because, for example, my wife owns an ice cream store. Her suppliers are not Latinos, but we need to make sure they're Latinos because we need to support each other to scale our economy, scale our businesses. So that's, at the end of the day, that's what we need. Other communities do it. Why not Latinos?
Right, and that's about the importance of collaboration. I think that's especially true for immigrant Latinos who were not U.S. born, who come here and have to overcome different challenges, in addition to just the challenge of opening a business and learning everything that comes with it. So, Diana, are there any programs or anything that the state is doing to help immigrants open businesses, grow their businesses, or if they get, a hiccup in funding or in legal challenges, is there any resource that can help them?
Yeah, so within DCO, there's a number of offices, and I'm specifically out of the Office of Minority and Economic Empowerment, also known as OMI, and we work on supporting marginalized owned businesses. So OMI aims to create a very inclusive business ecosystem, and so a lot of our initiatives and programs are open to immigrant-owned businesses. We have workshops that are targeted and tailored on topics that immigrant-owned businesses want. Recently, earlier this year, we did a workshop with the Northwest Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Hanover Park in Spanish on resources for immigrant-owned businesses in Spanish. We've also done the second annual Latino Economic Summit that just happened in July in 2024, and a lot of our programming was tailored and resources open to immigrant-owned businesses. We invited lenders who are open to working with immigrant-owned businesses, etc. We have a virtual webinar that happens the first Wednesday of every month at 10 a.m. called Online with OMI, where we go over resources not only from the federal government, state government, and local government, but private resources. What funding opportunities are open for all levels of government and private. So that way it increase access to capital. And a lot of those programs are open to immigrant-owned businesses as well. And so there are a number of resources that we're doing. And in addition to that, we have what's called the Latinx Business Colectivo, which ICC is participates in part of that. It is a coalition of Latino chambers of commerce, nonprofits with an economic component who get together quarterly to help DCO on prioritizing the priorities for the Latino business ecosystem. And one of the priorities is supporting immigrant-owned businesses.
Then the key here is the small business development centers, which is they're managed by DCO.
Yeah.
We happen to have small business development centers in-house. I don't know who came up with this brilliant idea, because small business development centers are usually housed at universities or colleges. So the fact that we have a small business development centers in our office, it opens the doors. It's more friendly to our community, not just immigrant. Anybody we service them, create a website, and get them through the right steps, how to navigate the system, how to open up a business, how to use the tools you have at your disposal in the internet to market your business for free. Everything we do is at no cost to the client, so take advantage of those opportunities. Chambers are here, and not just our chamber, any chamber around the state of Illinois is mandated to help businesses. That's what we're here for. Use us as a resource. You don't have to do it alone, because our companies are very small, so you need to find friends who's going to actually help you. In this case, Chambers of Commerce can do that.
Yeah. And those SBDCs, just to add on to it, the SBDCs are located throughout the state of Illinois, right? There's about close to 40 SBDCs. IHGC has one, and their reach is very far, right? Although they're headquartered out of Chicago, you see IHGC in the suburbs and all over. There are other SBDCs in Central Illinois, Southern Illinois. So as a Latino-owned business in Illinois, you're able to find those resources. And plus, all our SBDCs do things virtually as well if you need that one-on-one hand-holding.
Yes.
So a lot of people talk about access to capital. That's a very easy word to throwing around, but the fact is that the banking institutions, Latinos have 60 times less chances to get a loan compared to a white counterpart. So we got a lot of work to do. So that's our job as a chamber, to make sure the legislators know this and make changes on the law, so Latinos have an access to capital. We need to pair up the system. For example, venture capital is the same way. 14% of technology companies are being built by Latinos or Latinas, and only 2% have access to venture capital. So what's wrong with that picture? You tell me. So Chambers of Commerce, our Chamber of Commerce, are doing the work to make sure they even the playing field too.
Right, and that's especially important because we have reports showing that only 3% of Latino businesses are generating over $1 million in revenue. So there's potential for growth, but what I'm hearing today is there are also programs and existing opportunities that any Latino business owners can take advantage of starting today to help scale their business, market, grow, get ready for government contracts and any other actions that they can take to start taking their business to the next level. So before we wrap up, as we're running out of time, I want to ask you, let's give our viewers some homework, what are 2 or 3 actions that every Latino business owner can take today to help their business grow and succeed? And Diana, I'll start with you.
The first is to please connect with the Department of Commerce if you haven't already. Our website is dceo.illinois.gov, and you can get that information in English or Spanish. We want to make sure that you're connected to the grant opportunities that we have, the technical assistance, in addition, all the other services that we have. We're launching the Economic Empowerment Centers. We'll be helping business owners with training on business operations, on business management. We're in the early September wrapping up a program, which is the State Small Business Credit Initiative, where we are going to be awarding entities to provide legal services, accounting services, financial advisory services to support not only Latino-owned businesses but marginalized-owned businesses, to make sure that when they go and apply for that loan that Jaime was talking about, it increases their chances to get those loans from the state of Illinois, right, for our programs that we have. But when they have that preparation, their accounting books in order, the legal services, that's going to help them become better candidates for other programs as well. And so the first is to connect with DCEO. And in addition, I would say the other thing is, one thing we saw during the pandemic is what hindered a lot of our Latino-owned businesses is that their financial bookkeeping wasn't in order. So working with those free technical assistance that we have through the chamber, through DCEO, to make sure that your financial books are in order to help you get those grants and loan programs.
Jaime, very quickly, what would you say to business owners?
So reach out to chambers of commerce. I mean, there's about 180 chambers of commerce in the state of Illinois, so reach out to them. We're here to help. The other thing, they talk about Latinos being the 5th largest economy in the world. What does that mean? Are we scaling our companies? Are we building our companies? All we are is the employers and the consumers. So we got a lot of work to do in terms of developing businesses. So that's what the chambers are here for, working in collaboration with the state of Illinois and many other agencies.
Well, we are surprisingly out of time. This is a fascinating conversation. I'm sure our viewers will benefit from it. So thank you so much for joining us, and let's hope that next time we meet, we see success from our Latino business owners in the state, in the city, and nationwide. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Francia. A pleasure.
Thank you.
As we have heard, Latino business owners face additional challenges to growth as they navigate language barriers or knowledge gaps that prevent them from entering new markets. In The Common Ground, we analyze how programs that get businesses ready to bid government contracts could be the key to unlock new growth and revenue opportunities.
For more than 40 years, CAN TV has been Chicago's voice, your voice. We've shared your stories, amplified your concerns, and celebrated your triumphs. Now we want to hear from you. What programs matter most? What issues should we cover? How can we better serve your community? Visit cantv.org/feedback today. CAN TV. Experience the power of community television.
They say television is about sitting back. We say it's about stepping up. Your block has stories worth telling. Your neighbors have voices worth hearing. Chicago has a heartbeat worth sharing. Stop watching their world. Start showing yours. It's time to tune in and be seen. CAN TV, always here, always yours. Experience the power of community television.
Klein's Bakery, like many other Latino-owned businesses, plays a pivotal role in our local economy by bringing in tax dollars and creating jobs. Yet, Latino business owners, especially immigrant Latinos, are further challenged as they often navigate language barriers and knowledge gaps that prevent them from entering markets with great economic opportunity. The Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity are finding common ground by implementing programs that help businesses get ready to bid for government contracts. Through a dedicated network that provides one-on-one counseling to small businesses, training on federal, state, and local business certifications, and pairs local businesses to governmental agencies seeking vendors, the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity is helping business owners meet the requirements needed to be a government vendor. Just in 2019, Illinois businesses won over 800 government contracts worth over $1.1 billion, according to data published by the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. As we see more Latino businesses enter the business to government market, we could see Latinos businesses scale and grow their market share in new industries. What do you think? We want to know. Contact us via Instagram because you are more than just our audience. You are our contributors. Thank you for joining us on this first edition of Presente. I'm Francia Garcia Hernandez.